The next exercise that they set us is to modify the fill of the columns that are markers of other data, so that it shows us them in other colors. In green and yellow is what the exercise indicates. Also to modify the numerical axis of the chart, the vertical axis, to a currency mode with thousands separator and without decimal places. That is, the axis that represents the whole quantities of euros, puisque lo marquimos mode with thousands separator and without decimal places. And finally to modify the alignment of the months. The months are below the categories axis in the horizontal axis, so the alignment is at an angle of 75 yo. We will see that this will have an effect that might enhance the representation of the graph. What we have to do then ultimately is change some format elements. We have this final tab. Firstly, in format, we have to select each of the elements that we are going to change. They told us green and yellow. Well, we already have the green. So what we have to do is select the dataset, which in this case are red. We click on the red and we see that it selects each and every one of the different elements. In this case, we can see that it has selected the set of expenses, which is the one we needed. Here we will have to go to fill shape. The fill shape is red and told us that we yellow color. We do not know how it will turn out. If this yellow may be, well, we'll try it. You can see it, and also the number inside, which with the red was a little overshadowed. We now see it is larger. The other thing they told us was that this axis, the vertical axis where 1000, 2000, 3000 is written, these integers, we represent them in currency format. That is, with the euro sign. To do this, we select it. We go to the drop-down menu where we find vertical axis with the values, and for these values we are going to change the format and their presentation. Of the axes, here in the section axis, we can choose the vertical or horizontal axis. Here we have the primary vertical axis. We have several default presets that usually look good. That of the thousands, for example. But what they tell us to do is to go straight to how the numbers are written. These numbers are in general format. It tells to apply the currency mode. There we have tried to apply it, although it has failed. We try again, this time double-clicking. We go back to the primary vertical, more options, number currency. When we select the currency mode, it puts 2 decimal places, which is not what we wanted. It applies the thousands separator, which is what we wanted. It puts the euro symbol, which we did want, but it gives us 2 decimal places that we did not want. In this case, what we have to do is put a 0, and at the point close, and we have this problem that they set us solved too. The last thing they tell us is that the headers, the indicators here of the categories axis, the months January, February, March, we need to write them with a non-horizontal alignment. If we select this set of values, we can do it here. Notice that in the horizontal we have the category or the title. The category will be January, February, and March, and the title would be months. What do we want to change? How the months are written? No. We want to change January, February, March. We go to horizontal axis category. We see that it selects them all. Once they are all selected, we can go to primary horizontal axis. It is not one of the values that we have set by default. It tells us alignment 75 yo. This is a very precise value, which we have in more option for the horizontal axle primary. And from all the options, we can see that one of them is alignment, which tells us that alignment needs to be pre-determined at an angle of 75 yo. Okay, we see that by applying this value in the preview, in the view that we have seen that the names of January, February, March, April, effectively it has written them with this alignment. Our chart has turned out like this, just as they asked.